Hello, this is Joe Vexter, race reporter, and this is the news. Special coverage for the inauguration today. Now, I'm Joe Vexter, I am not in Washington, D.C. I am in a remote location at the Joseph Vivaldi Network Studios. However, I will say this. President Trump bids farewell to Washington, hints of comeback, as told by Jill Colvin from Washington, D.C., AP News. I will give a news report now and a news report at the end of the day once it's all wrapped up. Again, a new president will be in office as of 12-something today. Washington, D.C., AP News. His term at an end, President Donald Trump said farewell to Washington on Wednesday, but also hinted about a comeback despite a legacy of chaos, tumult, and bitter divisions in the country he led for 4 years. So just a goodbye, we love you. Trump told supporters at Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, where he walked across the red carpet. I guess he's a star or something. I don't know, maybe the star of The Apprentice. Or the star of I'm Leaving Washington. And boarded Air Force One to head to Florida. We will be back in some form. Trump departed office as the only president ever impeached twice. Wow. I guess he had some serious issues in Washington. I don't know. Maybe I've been sleeping on a rock. And with millions more out of work when he was sworn in, and 400,000 dead from the coronavirus. They may blame him for the coronavirus, but I don't think he was the one to incite the coronavirus. He tried to work hard to get the vaccine, but everything is debated. Everything can be debated. Yes, he can be blamed for that, but when a pandemic hits, not even no one is exempt from pandemic, and it's controversy. I gotta say that it's controversy. Under his watch, Republicans lost the presidency and both chambers of Congress. He will be forever remembered for inciting an insurrection, and I don't think that's good of him. That's not good at all. 2 weeks before Democrat Joe Biden moved into the White House at the Capitol that left 5 dead, including a Capitol Police officer, and horrified the nation. It was on Trump's inauguration day, January 20th, 2017, that he had painted a dire picture of American carnage. Frightening, so to speak. then again, we have future President Joe Biden, who said it will be a dark winter. Only time will tell. I hope it's not a dark winter. I want sunshine and rain for everyone. The first president in modern history to boycott his successor's inauguration. Trump is still stewing about his loss and maintains the election win by Biden was stolen from him. Republican officials in several critical states, members of his own administration, and a wide swath of judges, including those appointed by Trump, have rejected those arguments. Well, the saying, if it doesn't hurt to try again. Trump refused to participate in any of the symbolic passing of the torch traditions surrounding the peaceful transition of power, including inviting the Joe and Jill Biden to the White House for a get-to-know-you visit. Oh, wow. Some can blame that he's upset and irate, but I don't know. This is an unsettling loss for him, I guess. Or victory. Who knows? He did follow at least one tradition. The White House said Trump left behind a note for Biden. Trump spokesman Judd Deere declined to say what Trump wrote or characterize the sentiment in the note, citing privacy for communication between presidents. Maybe he said, "Keep the seat warm for me. I'll be back in 4 years." Members of Trump's family gathered for the send-off on the military base, along with the president's loyalists who chanted, "We love you, thank you, Trump," and USA, 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 ho, tough guy. I don't know if they said that, but that's what Hacksaw Jim Duggan would say, but I don't know if he would say that towards Trump. For Army cannons, fire a 21-gun salute. Speaking without notes, Trump said his presidency, you gotta give the guy credit. He did an impromptu speech. Didn't know what he was gonna say, but he said it anyway. Speaking without notes, Trump said his presidency was an incredible 4 years. He told the crowd that he and the First Lady, Melania Trump, loved them and praised his family for its hard work, saying they could have chosen to have an easier life. They could have. They were in office. They were working. Working like fine citizens, but it's debatable with controversy surrounding his exit. I will read more. It's been something very special. We've accomplished a lot. Trump said, citing the installation of conservative judges, creation of the Space Force, development of coronavirus vaccines, and management of robust pre-pandemic economy. I hope they don't raise your taxes, but if they do, I told you so. He said of the incoming Biden administration. Trump can gripe, but let's face the facts. We have a new president now, as of 12 o'clock soon. So, we've got to be prepared for what this administration is going to do in office. We don't know yet, but only time will tell. So, it could be same old, one old crap gone, the other crap ready to begin. Or the old guard fallen, a new guard arises. I don't know. It could go either way. I don't know. I'm just reporting the news as Joe Vexter, a reporter, will. Without mentions Biden's name, Trump wished the new administration great luck and success, which he said would made easier because he had laid a foundation. I will always fight for you, he told the crowd. I will be watching. I will be listening. Before arriving at the airport, Trump told reporters on the southern lawn of the White House that being president had been the honor of his lifetime. You can't take that away from the guy. We love the American people, and again, it had been something very special, he said, over the sound of the Marine One helicopter. And I just want to say goodbye, but hopefully it's not a long-term goodbye. We'll see each other again. Can I sing that for you? And I just wanted to say goodbye, but hopefully it's not a long-term goodbye. We'll see each other again. Ode to the farewell of Donald Trump. If the schedule holds, by the time Biden is sworn in, Trump will have landed at his private Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach, Florida. He will face an uncertain future. It's hard to believe. I think this guy has plans for his future. Maybe he faced the defeat. Maybe he's starting to accept that he's no longer the president. But it's hard to believe that somebody with a man with his integrity doesn't have something planned for the long run. All I'm just saying. He may have plans for the future. Maybe, I don't know about golf. He could do golf, but he's a businessman. He's Donald Trump. If it was me, I'd be sleeping many hours if I was president and I was leaving. I would say, hey, I'm sorry, I gotta go, but I'm gonna rest very easily and contemplate what I'm gonna do. I don't have these congressmen liking me after whatever I did, but you know what? I did my job to the best of whatever I could. So what? I may have screwed up. People screw up in life. They just gotta get up and get back up from the top, bottom, or top, or whatever of where they have been. So, again, if I could get to the article. Good luck on your endeavors, Donald Trump. I have to find out where that article was. If I could get to it. Alright. I'm back to the article. Okay. I sang a song. Went here. AIDS had urged. Again, I'm at the 15-minute mark. AIDS had urged Trump to spend his final days in office trying to salvage his legacy by highlighting his administration achievements, tax cuts, scaled back federal regulations, normalizing relations in the Middle East. But Trump largely refused, taking a single trip to the Texas border, and released a video in which he pledged to his supporters that the movement we started is only just beginning. A terrifying thought. In the final hours, Trump issued pardons for more than 140 people, including his former strategist, rap performers, ex-members of Congress, and other allies of him and his family. Trump will retire to Florida with a small group of former White House aides as he charts a political future that looks very different from just 2 weeks ago. Before the Capitol riot on January 6th, Trump had been expected to remain his party's de facto leader, wielding enormous power as he served as a kingmaker and mulled a 2024 presidential run. But now he appears more powerless than ever, shunned by so many in his party. Impeached twice, denied the Twitter bullhorn he had intended to use as a weapon. His weapon. And even facing the prospect that if he is convicted in his Senate trial, he could be barred from seeking a second term. For now, Trump remains angry, embarrassed, consumed with rage and grievance. He spent the week after the election sinking deeper and deeper into a world of conspiracy. And those have spoken with him say he continues to believe he won in November. It could be debated both ways. They didn't address the fact that some people who voted might have been dead and they counted those votes. All I'm saying. So there is controversy about that. Spent years coming. and he lashed out at Republicans for perceived disloyalty and has threatened, both publicly and privately, to spend the coming years backing primary challenges against those he feels betrayed him. Some expect to eventually turn completely on the Republican Party, perhaps by flirting with a run as a third-party candidate as an act of revenge for all the chaos and drama bending the world to his will. Trump ended his term as he began it, largely alone. The Republican Party he co-opted finally appeared to have had enough after Trump's supporters violently stormed the Capitol, hunting for lawmakers who refused to go along with Trump's unconstitutional efforts to overturn the results of a democratic election. Oh, sorry, my phone is ready to go off. It's going off. White House cleaning crews worked overnight Wednesday and were still going as the sun rose to get the building cleaned and ready for its new occupants. Most walls were stripped down to the hooks once held photographs, and offices were devoid of clutter, trinkets that gave them life. I'm rounding the end of the article, and I will have final thoughts on the exit of Donald Trump as president. While Trump has left the White House, he retained his grips on the Republican base with the support of millions of loyal voters, along with the allies still helming the Republican National Committee and many state party organizations. The city he leaves will not miss him. Trump rarely left the confines of the White House, except to visit his own hotel. He and his wife never once ate at any other local restaurant, never ventured out to shop in his stores to see the sights. When he did leave, it's almost always to one of his properties, his golf course in Virginia, his golf course in New Jersey, his private club, a nearby golf course in Palm Beach, Florida. Yes, he stuck to what was most comfortable to him. The city overwhelmingly supported Biden with 93% of the vote. Trump received just 5.4% of the vote, or fewer than 8,600 ballots. Not enough to fill the Washington Capitals hockey arena. Associated Press writer Darlene Superville, Washington, contributed to this report. And also, it was written by Jill Colvin. I'm going to give final note on Donald Trump's presidency. And I'm putting my glasses on for this. Donald Trump started as anti-government, anti-Congress, and he had his battles between the Democrat and the Republicans. The fact he did a lot with the trade agreements and helped many Americans or hurt, it's all debated. But he restructured things the way they needed to do with the trade agreements. However, he had many enemies along the way. He had many enemies along the way. I will say this. He had controversy on the way in, and he had controversy on the way out. Maybe it was wrong for the insurrection that he is charged of. I do believe so. Maybe he was angry for the way the election went. Maybe he wanted it so bad. To charge Congress building, it was wrong. The fact is, he could have, let's not go into what he could have done or what he could have done. Let's just say he left the office with some controversy. And I will say this, whether he will come back or not, only time will tell. But leaving the office on a somber note. But I will say this. For many of the military to protect Joe Biden on his way out says a lot. We are at a military state now. We have more troops in Washington, D.C. than in any other country right now. Perhaps that may be a sign of things to come. Many, many problems working in the country. That is no longer Trump's problem. That is Joe Biden's problem. He has support, but he needs protection from those who believe that did him wrong. Now, or did Trump wrong. Now, I am not one to wage a war. Even though when I was younger, I'd have my little aggression and you know, you say we need money or something like that, but no. I am one to voice my opinion and to be balanced. Is it right for a mob to charge Congress? No, definitely not. Is it right to peacefully protest? Yes. But remember in the 60s, you had peaceful protest, Martin Luther King, and you had violent protest, Malcolm X. Now, I am using those as means for how everything was. They had different perspectives. The fact of the matter is, you have extremists on both parties who are angry. You know, there was suppression. There was suppression for 16 years. Or for 12 years, I should say. There was suppression since President Obama came into the country. And if it's anything prevalent, there is racism in the country. And I hate to use those terms, but there is. See, racism, prejudice, there's a lot of things. But you know what? We're in a time of healing. We're in a time of healing. Now, we may not get, as I approach the 30-minute mark, we may not get to where we need to go. We may have others who are against us for our color of our skin. That means everyone. But you know what? We need to unite more. We need to socialize more. We need to overcome these differences. I once remember a video of John Cena speaking about no hate, no labels. And I say this for a reason. We're all American. We have misjudgments of a lot of people. You know what? If we get to know these people, they may be the same as us. That's what I say. Joe Biden goes into office as Donald Trump leaves. Donald Trump leaves the office with a lot of race problems in the world. Joe Biden enters the office with a lot of race problems in the world. Problems were there before. Can't blame Joe. However, can you? He has been in office and tied with Washington for many, many years. Donald Trump, 4 years in Washington. Different philosophies, different strategies, but I will say this. How will Joe lead the country? Will he lead the country through unification and healing? Or will he lead the country to lead Washington back to where it was before? A place that place where they weren't unified. This has been News with Joe Baxter. I'm Ace reporter Joe Baxter.